the last 24 hours been very interesting. Huh? I've been coming with videos about Ukraine. I've been coming with videos, throwback videos about Canada. I've been coming with throwback videos about all type of stuff. I'm back. Yes, indeed, I'm back. And I'm gonna continue to drop my videos like that and put my information. But the video that caught my attention the most was Toronto's. I was tripped out about how he was selected rather than elected. They didn't even have an election for him because he didn't have nobody to run against. But I'm gonna keep on bringing that fire to you guys. I'm gonna keep on putting out that work. You know what I mean? Everybody stay up, stay focused, and do what y'all do. And I'm gonna keep on coming with that real stuff for you guys, man. Cause the world right now is a little bit off. Things ain't right in the world right now. Things are not right. Things are not right. And they acting like as if this stuff started with Ukraine and Russia, but inflation, gas prices, and food prices been going up. Since we was truly in the winter time. It's spring now, but these things been going up for about what, a year, 2 years now. Ever since the Big C came around, these things been things been going up, and there been shortages. So let's not look at this Russian-Ukraine ordeal that jumped off a month ago and believe the hype that stuff created all the stuff that's going on in the world, because that stuff did not create all these problems that we have. What created all these problems? Let's go back to the common denominator. All of the world leaders, they wanted to force people, when the Big C was around, to not come outside. They wanted to force people, to go put things in their body that they didn't want to put. So let's not forget that this is where all that stuff jump off at. This is where all that stuff jump off at. Salute Biden. I'm driving, but I'm still paying attention though to you guys. But this is where all that stuff started off. It started off with world leaders, world elites. World elites. Trying to force. Mandates. This is where everything started off at. And as you guys can see, I post everything that YouTube do, in the post community. Like I got right now currently in the post community, how I got a video and YouTube created that got 2,500 views almost. But when you guys click on it to see it, it only see 1,000. It only see 1,000. But this all started with the mandates. And I'm gonna make sure that everybody remember that this started with the mandates. It ain't started from Russia and Ukraine. This started with mandates. All this stuff started with mandates. Governments across the world was trying to force people to put things in their body that people didn't want. Government across the world was trying to force people to stay inside, and they didn't want people to come outside. So I'm gonna make sure that I stick on that topic the whole time. Salute, Greater Awakeness. I'm gonna make sure that I stay on that topic, and I'm gonna make sure I keep reminding people that this did not start with Russia and Ukraine. Russia and Ukraine, is there issues going on over there? Sure, there's issues going on over there. But how the place where the world get at, it ain't start with Russia and Ukraine. It started globally, and World War III talk was the only thing that'll get everybody attention off what was actually going on. Off what was actually going on. That's like over in Australia. I put the video up. You guys check it out. Where they got the sonic weapons. What local police agency would need something like that for protesters? What local police department would need with sonic weapons? For protesting. You know what I mean? Make it make sense. So at the end of the day, this has been about control. And let's not forget that this all started off with control. And this is not, during the whole, pay attention guys, during the whole entire situation, it was brought up to this point. Russia was the only country that I didn't see any protests happening You know, I don't think Russia was in lockdown because it was the only country that I didn't see any protests happening. You know, Moscow and all these different, I didn't see any protests happening in Russia, you know. But now they're showing protests in Russia over the Ukraine war. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I'm just gonna throw that out there. We didn't see any protests over any kind of mandates in Russia. You know, you guys go find any clip of Russia where they had protests over mandates. You know, I don't think Russia during the whole mandate thing where they was trying to do worldwide, Russia was not included. Russia was excluded. Russia didn't have no footage come out of Russia about nobody protesting. That was the only country pretty much that didn't have no footage came out there. There was footage from Ukraine where people were protesting. You know, there was footage from Ukraine, but Russia was the only country where people was not protesting. You know, and when you got every single country protesting mandates, you know, protesting mandates, the only way you can get that under control, you know, is actually to throw out the wall. You know, to actually throw out the wall. Now, I'm not gonna say what's going on in Ukraine, you know, it's not real. That I would never say, because I'm not there to say that. Right? I'm not there. And if I can't put my eyes on it and pinpoint it, I'm not gonna say that. But I find it mildly strange that Trump and Putin had a somewhat good relationship. Say that, you know, from the looks of it, looked like they had a comfortable relationship. And I find it very odd and strange that China and Russia develop a relationship, you know, just when Trump and Biden got sworn in, right? So I'm just trying to make sense of this, you know, because China and Russia have a relationship now, right? But it almost seems as if, you know, and I say this in all the lives I do, you know, I'm happy I'm back and I'm happy I can say certain things now, you know. Let's be honest. The Democrat Party, they have a thing for Russia. Let's just be honest. The Democrat Party have a thing for Russia. And let's be honest. The Republican Party have a thing for China. You know, the Republican Party, they definitely have a thing for China. You know, I'm happy to be back too. You know, them 6 months was so long. It was so long, you know, I was posting stuff and people thought that, you know, I was, you know, people were questioning why I was posting things and certain things, moves I was making. I had to do it that way because in order to play the game, you got to be in the game. If you're not in the game, you can't play the game. You know what I mean? And so I had to do things the way I had to do it at that point in time. In order to play the game, you got to be in it. You know, and much as people say try alternative platform, let's be honest. You know, Google control every platform, right? And YouTube is the biggest platform of all. You're not going to reach the masses of people as you can reach on YouTube on any alternative platform. You just can't. It just don't work that way. You can post a video on Rumble, but it's not gonna get the same masses of people viewing as YouTube would. You know. So I had to stick through it. I had to go through some things. Mentally, it was draining. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. Mentally, it was draining. But I stuck with it, and I had to make a appeal video to YouTube. And they actually, after 6 months of going back and forth, they actually opened the channel back up. No strikes, no nothing. That's why you guys see ads coming on, because this channel is now currently monetized. You know, but just because it's monetized don't mean I'm gonna switch it up and change the narrative. And that's why I'm coming at you guys with them real videos. And I'm reminding people that this started from the Big C. It ain't started with Russia and Ukraine. It started from the Big C. You know what I mean? And it's amazing to me how, you know, you gotta pay attention to this. It's amazing to me how they had a biolab over there in China. A biolab, you know. I'm gonna use my words cautious because I want you guys to really hear this, because I still have to follow YouTube guidelines, right? They had a biolab in China that started all this shit, you know. everything, the inflation, the food increases, the gas prices, the shutdowns, the mandates, the lockdowns, the everything. And big bad ass Joe Biden, right? He wanted to go get into Russia business, right? Russia business with Ukraine. But the person that got the country that got the whole world, or had the whole world jacked up, was China. You know, the originator of all the world issues that came within the last 3 years was China. You know, and I'm not gonna say China was by itself with it, because a lot of stuff was actually man-made. You know, a lot of things was actually, you know, secret shit between different countries. But it all started with China. And I'm not gonna never stop talking about how all the chaotic stuff started with China. Now, whether other countries had their hand in the chaotic movement, but it's just crazy to me how all these countries have forgotten and seem to forgotten in China not intervening in the situation with Ukraine and Russia. China not saying anything. China minding their business. But all of this started with China, right? I don't understand how nobody pay attention to China anymore. It almost seems as if, right, all these conflict of interest that came after China, right? Nobody go back to the common denominator that if this doesn't happen or that doesn't happen, maybe then this doesn't happen or that doesn't happen. And I'm still on that, you know, let me see the hashtags in the comment section. China should cut the check, because any country that have turmoil or been through some things since 3 years now, China need to be paying for it. China need to cut the check. All the lost lives, you know, that went on and everything else, China need to cut the check. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like, you know, Salute a Better Tomorrow. I like that name. You know, I can't really read all the comments, but I'm gonna scroll through some of them, you know. China having more of 100 videos. I got you. But China, and I agree, China need to cut the check. The common denominator to all the world problems, you know, of the past 3 years has been China. You know, from the world stage, you know, to the country stage, to the state, down to the cities, down to the counties, down to the rural. It has been China. All of the shortages that have occurred, all of the high food prices, everything that have transpired, it started 3 years ago with China. And you guys need to go check that video out with the guy talking. His name Kevin. It's on my channel, and he the minority leader for the Senate or something like that. And he's talking about America. Two biggest threats is China and a budget deficit. And I break it down on how there's no such thing as a budget and there's no such thing as a deficit, because if we had a budget crisis or we had a deficit crisis, then that same guy who said that, who represent the minority Senate, right? Why would you agree to send over billions and billions and billions of dollars of aid to Ukraine if the country is in the deficit that can actually shut the economy over here? Why would you risk that to help somebody else? So I broke down that story about, I don't believe personally that there's a budget and there's a deficit, because, you know, I even made a video about how many times you're going to tax my dollars. You guys need to go watch that, you know, because if you work and you got a job, right, you guys got to watch it. It's a short though, it's a short video, just check it out. If you guys work and you got a job, right, they take the federal, you pay federal taxes, state taxes, medical taxes, and Social Security, right? So why, when you go make a purchase at a corner store, a grocery store, a car dealership, or even a mortgage company for a house, or whatever the case may be, you still paying taxes on the same money that already been taxed? Make it make sense. It ain't like you earn any more money. You still paying taxes on the money that you already collected. You know, you guys need to check that out. You know, and for the YouTube algorithm, you know, like I said, the channel is monetized now. So for YouTube algorithm, every now and then I'm going to throw in a video, you know, just to keep YouTube happy. That's some bullshit. It's gonna be funny or some shit like that, you know, but it's gonna really be some bullshit just to keep YouTube off my back, you know, because I need their platform to get the message out there. But like I said, this whole thing for the last 3 years, it's been China's fault. And everything that has transpired in between now and then has been a distraction to get people off of being angry with the origins of all these damn problems that stemmed. You know what I mean? So salute, Mama Pillow. You know, that's the thing. That's the thing I feel. I feel like it has all been to get people off China ass, because everybody was pissed off with China. Everybody. But you know how he's saying that, you know, how Biden saying that Putin should not be a leader of Russia anymore, and this and that and the third and that and this and that. Well, this shit been going on since Hillary Clinton. If you guys think about it, right? Every person that's elected, when they get in office, they go clean up some shit from their party's previous people. You know what I mean? Hillary Clinton can't stand Putin in Russia. She been saying that shit. You know what I'm saying? She been saying that shit. So at the end of the day, when you guys pay attention to the whole scenario, you know, the Democratic job, you know, because China and Russia, you know, were in competition with America. Salute, Melbourne. People, they go online on eBay or Amazon, and they go shop and they see that, you know what, the same item I can get from China for $6-7 free shipping. So people buy their shit from China, you know, and all the warehouses and manufacturers here, they didn't ship them overseas. You know, they didn't ship them overseas. You know, you got a credit card, you call the people on the credit card. You know, somebody else in a damn country that, you know, you don't even understand each other. You're telling them what you want, they telling you what you need. You're telling them what you need, they tell you what you want. Then you ask for a supervisor, you're on hold for about an hour, you get pissed off, and then you hang up the phone. Ain't shit got accomplished. You know, this is the way things are going. You know, this is the way things are going, and people don't realize that but the last 3 years of world chaos. All the protesters from Australia, Melbourne, Victoria, Sydney, from Austria, Switzerland, France, all of the damn protests across the whole globe, Switzerland, all of them. Its origin started because of fucking China. You see, if we don't have the shit that came out of China, then we don't have nobody trying to force a mandate. And if we don't have nobody trying to force a mandate, it's no protest. And if it's no protest, nobody getting physical with each other. You see what I'm saying? If it's no protest, nobody getting physical. You know what I mean? So then you don't have the videos, you know, of all the brutality and things going on across the globe by law enforcement, because it ain't happening. But unfortunately, this thing came out of China, started in China. Not saying that China is the origins of it, because, you know, as you can see, whenever there's some shit being created in a lab, it's multiple countries participating in that shit. So not saying that the origins was in China, but it came out the lab in China. You know, it came out the lab in China, and it screwed the whole world up. You know, and it's deemed an invisible enemy. Trump called it invisible enemy because it's something you can't see. You know, and why this was happening, you got 5G getting placed up with radiation. You know, radiation already is an invisible enemy. It messes with your organs. You know what I mean? That messes with your organs. So, you know, you got an increase in debt, and you got an increase in people's sickness. But, you know, let's not forget that this started in China. You know, it all started with China. How did this start in China? But China is one of the world's biggest countries. Make this make sense. I mean, look, I'm about to stop because I want to see. I want to hear you guys answer this question. Who with me? I want to hear you guys answer this question. Make it make sense. How is China, right? How all this stuff happened in China, and the way it goes, Russia, China, and America are the most strongest countries, right? Top 3 power countries, right? I want you guys to answer this question, right? But how come China is the most quiet country of all right now. China, let me know, guys, in the chat. China is the most quietest country of all right now. Why is China so quiet? Like as if all this didn't really origin in China. Huh, guys? Let me know. Let me know, guys. Why is China so quiet? You can't get a peep out of China right now. China playing both sides right now. China is like, okay, we want to help y'all, but we can't. Long as nobody don't bring up that we the common denominator for all these issues, we ain't gonna say jack. We gonna stay neutral. Why is it that nobody is talking about China? You know what I mean? Why is it that when China do some shit like the trade war, that Trump started with China, the trade war. Salute Laurie Brown. Salute, Wolfgang. The trade war. It was crippling China economy, right? The video I put up with Trump, he's talking on the phone, with I ain't gonna say it because I don't want YouTube though, but he's talking on the phone, right? And he said that if you open back up the pipeline, how you gonna put it like this, right? Biden is doing all this stuff all this stuff he's saying on TV to Putin, right? All these things he's saying on TV to Putin, but you guys know that America is still purchasing oil from Russia. You guys know that America is still purchasing oil from Russia. With all the things and all the sanctions and all this that he's saying, America is still purchasing oil from Russia right now, currently. You guys know that? Huh? In the comment section, you guys know that? America is still purchasing oil right now from Russia. Right now. So when Biden get on TV saying all that stuff, he ain't doing nothing but capping. That's all Biden is doing is capping. But the problem is, you know what? Why ain't nobody saying impeach Biden right now? If Trump was, if we was about to have a World War III and Trump had done all this stuff right now that Biden doing, they'll be saying impeach him. Why ain't nobody saying impeach Joe Biden right now? With all the statements that he made where he can't get his words out and he showed dementia at times and moments, why ain't nobody saying impeach Joe Biden? Why ain't nobody saying impeach him? That's a question for you guys. I'm curious. Why ain't nobody saying impeach him? I'm curious. Why is he still able to do all the stuff that he why is he still able to do all the stuff that he want to do? Why ain't nobody shouting out impeach him? Why the Republicans ain't shouting out impeach him? With all the stuff that's going on, all the charade that's going on, why they not saying impeach him? I just don't understand. And do you guys, the way Biden is talking, I'm starting to think that America is NATO. I'm starting to think that America is NATO. Like America government is NATO. America then cherry pick who NATO is, and America government is NATO. Because at the end of the day, and this is why I say this, right? You don't even hear NATO talking as much as Joe Biden talking about what's going on. You don't even hear NATO talking that much. Now, they show reports of it. Reports NATO said this and NATO said that. But you don't see NATO talking as much as Joe Biden. Salute, Peter. You don't see NATO talking as much. Not at all. Not at all. NATO, it don't talk at all. You don't see it. I'm curious. Like when this stuff is really, 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 really crazy. But in the comment, we could just chop it up. You know, if you guys got any questions y'all want to ask me, I'm more than willing to answer them. You know, but yeah, it's really crazy. It's crazy. And then you know, you guys, he got on national TV and say we are expecting a food shortage crisis. National TV and said it. You know, we know the national TV and said it, and yet you got people who still ain't paying attention to that is one bird, two wings, and all these fools are together. You know what I mean? One bird, two wings, and all these leaders are together. You know, they all been together since day one. You know what? You're right. You're right. Young blood. I'm gonna post one of the old videos as soon as I get off this live. You know, it's gonna be called Prank Call on Joe Biden, and I'm gonna post it. You know, I'm gonna post it. Prank Call on Joe Biden. It's gonna actually be Let's Go Brandon. You're right. Prank Call on Joe Biden. You know, I'm gonna post it. You know, I gotta, you know, because it's like, why ain't nobody shouting out impeach this man? You know, gas prices are sick, food prices are sick. You know, your job is not, people's jobs not paying them more money. You know, the whole code. You know, like the whole code. You know, and it's like I found out how Trump like didn't pay no taxes. It's easy how he didn't pay no taxes. If he owned a hotel or two hotels, shit, all he gotta do is say he stayed at his property every day of the year and do a tax write-off for a business. You know what I mean? Say he paid $1,000 a night for a room. You know, and it's crazy how this worked though, man. It's just crazy. Like when you put everything together, you really figure out it's one big ass game. You know, it's not even chess. It's not even dominoes. It's not even checkers. It's one big ass game, and we are slaves designed to work till we die. You know, we are slaves designed to work till we die. You know, that's why when I say it about the taxes, you guys, when I say that, you know, you go to work, and this is everybody who have a job, you know, who country pay taxes or whatever. You go to work, you get paid. Your country or your state take out taxes, right? They take out taxes, federal, state, Medicaid, Social Security, whatever. But then every time you go make another purchase, the same dollar that already been taxed, you gotta pay taxes on that purchase. And once you pay taxes on that purchase, right? If you turn around and resell it or whatever, you got to pay more taxes because now you're the seller. You know, it's just it's so amazing how the system is designed to work till you die. You know, and to all my older people in here, you know, Social Security, it should never run out. How could Social Security benefits run out? Or how could they keep on raising the age limit for Social Security when they got billions and billions of dollars to give to other countries that they could put into the same system that they're saying running out or drying up? You guys in the comment section, you know what I'm saying? You feel me? Give me a thumbs up if you understand what, you know, in the comment section. Give me a thumbs up. How could the Social Security benefits in America be drying up or running out, or they raising the age limit when they got billions and billions of dollars they could put into the system that they actually send in other countries? You know, make it make sense to me. No, $15 an hour is not enough to live on. No, 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 no. That's not enough to live on. Not if you're in America, that's not enough to live on. You know, it's not enough. And even if you try to make it work, even if you try to make $15 an hour work and go get, you know, you have to get on government assistance to help cover the costs that you may have in your life. Them people gonna be all in your business. They gonna want to know, you know, they gonna want to know where you're going, when you're going, how you're going, and what you're doing. So it's like, no, $15 an hour not enough. You know, it's not enough. And you know, a lot of people, everyone knows, but no one will. What you mean? Like, well, everybody don't know. Everybody don't know. Everybody don't know. Everybody don't know. Everybody don't pay attention to that, like the tax system, like that you they took taxes out your job. Now you know when you go put something that dollar already been taxed, or you're being double taxed or triple taxed or quadruple taxed on everything that you do. Everyone don't know that. People just think that when they get their money, they're paying. They feel like the business have to pay a tax. So with the business paying a tax, you know what I'm saying, that that cover that business tax. But in reality, everyone know that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't know that because they got it set up where they'll tell you that, well, your money is local. It's going to fixing the bridges and streets. But then you got Joe Biden come on there. He say he got the president on the federal level saying that he the one who fixed it. So it's always a bunch of contradictions when they come down to the government. You know, how can they not know? Into the chat, so they're trying to kick me off. You know, see when people think that when people think that it dropped, people people move off. So they're trying to kick me off. But to answer that person, if you grew up in the low income community, you know, you are what you are. You are your community until you step out and see different. You see? So if you raised up in a situation that you don't know no better, nobody haven't taught you better because you've been indoctrinated, then you don't know. You know what I'm saying? You don't know. I'm gonna get off here because I don't want to say nothing crazy, but the have a guy hitting like five times since I've been on here, or reconnecting. So if you guys can hear me, I'm gonna get off here because that's the frustrating side. That's when I get frustrated. When the live is actually being hit for no reason. I'm not even talking crazy about nothing. I'm talking about real life stuff right now, and the live has shut down 4 or 5 times. I guess I'll give it one more try. See if they're gonna leave it up and don't mess with it. I'm gonna get off, y'all. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back on in a few minutes, in a few seconds. I'm gonna stop this one, restart it.